But firstly, hey man, like I said, this is a channel of football. So let's talk some football, gents. Firstly, I would like to discuss uh, the result between Crystal Palace and Brentford. So they draw 1-1. Crystal Palace was leading. And I saw an interview by Zaha where he says they need to be more focused because they're losing unnecessary points. So my question, I'll start with you, Pretty. Should Crystal Palace be beating the likes of Brentford? Is that how good they are right now?
For me, one thing about Zaha, after that interview, I think he had his own personal issues with the team, actually. For me, he wants to leave the team. You understand? Because I heard him saying that I don't understand. Like, he didn't want to point out names, actually. For me, he was pointing to the manager. Like, why should we score one goal and defend while we're supposed to score more and attack? That's what he said. You understand? So now he's tired of being the lower in those lower dogs team. He wants to be there because he sees that he's capable of being one of the best players in the Premier League. You understand? So for me, it was really unfair to him for doing good, and then at the next thing I told that you have to come back and defend for the whole remaining minutes. You understand? That wasn't fair from the coach. That's a team which they can go head to head with. They were not playing with your likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal. You understand? It's a team which they could have gone head to head with. If they score, we score. You understand? Or we score more goals. They are capable of doing that. That's my own point of view.
Zondi, your thoughts?
We're talking about Crystal Palace, and which one is the next game?
Brentford.
Brentford.
Okay, Brentford is a hard team. Yeah? They know how to just suppress another team from scoring. They know how to go forward. They know how to just stifle the game. But I do feel like Crystal Palace has that thing where it comes to their forwards where in transition, from what I've seen, Crystal Palace are better. So you would expect them to score more goals, but then defensively speaking, they're not that solid. So if you do catch them on the counter, they could fall prey to that. But I really do see Crystal Palace winning this one, or both teams scoring at the very least.
I'll wait. Then let's go and talk about Mitrovic at Fulham. This man was a top goal scorer by far in the championship. And he's on fire right now. My question to you, do you think Mitrovic can outscore the likes of Mohamed Salah, maybe Haaland, Kane?
No, I don't think so. Because, like, at the end of the day, Fulham is a small team. I'm not saying that they're doing bad or something, because they've been a tough team in a way, right? To be honest with you, I haven't properly watched them, so I cannot tell compared to Salah or Haaland and the way I've been seeing Haaland scoring. I don't think that he will be a top goal scorer. He will be a guy whereby he can score a brace in a game, and then in the following game he doesn't score, and then in another game he scores one goal maybe. But by the looks of it, the way I've been looking at the Premier League stats, like he's been scoring, but it's just, I think it's 5 goals. I'm not sure. I think it's just 5 goals. But then in all the games that he's played, I think he scored, or at least a brace. So I don't think that he can outscore them. But you may never know. It's the Premier League at the end of the day.
Anika.
Yes.
Did you see my fantasy league squad? He's there. The boy is dangerous. Yes.
The boy is dangerous. I didn't check him out there. I didn't check it out.
Because for me, I feel like he's capable of outscoring Bo Haaland. Because when was it? Was it the 21 and 22 season where he scored 44 goals in
Hmm.
45 matches?
Yeah.
That shows that he's capable of doing something amazing. Now he has 5 goals in 5 games. That's something.
So your answer is yes,
Yes, to me, yes, he'll outscore Salah for this season.
Salah. Okay, he's definitely
Yes.
outscoring
And you
Salah.
can bet him as the top goal scorer now. You can
Eh?
bet on that. If you are very confident with him, you can bet. That's smart.
Yeah, not with that alien there in your team. Not with that alien there in your team.
Yeah, I forget that surprise is here. Surprise this is why. Eh, okay, but fine.
I'm here. I'm here.
Surprise. Talk to me about how, or let me just build a story here. In 2009, Pep Guardiola takes the Barcelona team. It was 2008 actually. 2009, he
Okay.
wins the Champions League with them. 2009 to 2010, he or Barcelona buys Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and he sells him the next season, saying that he doesn't fit into his team. How is Erling Haaland fitting so fast and so quickly in this Manchester City Pep Guardiola team?
As everyone can see, Haaland is a scoring machine since from the Bundesliga, and I think his form is better than Zlatan's because Zlatan's form is downgrading because of his attitude and whatnot. So yeah, I think Haaland will be better suited to Pep's system than Zlatan because Zlatan doesn't listen to anyone. So yeah.
Zondi, thoughts?
I think what happened at that time and since Eto left, right, and then they needed that guy to fill in the hole that Eto had left. But then Eto had left because he was a strong personality. Then Zlatan came in, obvious, and even stronger personality. I think Pep wasn't able to handle that part. Whereas Haaland, even though he's a strong player, his attitude on the pitch shows like dominance. But then in terms of like speaking out and being vocal, he's not that much. Né? So he's a player you can teach things to. Or you can tell him, no, do this instead of this, about this and this, this and this. Off the pitch, he's also not a player who's troublesome. I think that's the difference between these two guys. Haaland is a player that you can tell things to and he'll do it. Whereas Zlatan had already a chip on his shoulder, coming from, I think it was coming from Milan or something.
Yeah.
It was already at that level. You would see that you couldn't tell him A, B, and C, and D. You could just negotiate, but then you couldn't overpower him in terms of opinions.
All right. Then on to our last discussion. I don't know if any of you watched this game, Liverpool versus Newcastle. So I think it was 7 minutes added, if I'm correct.
6.
6. And then Liverpool score 2 minutes added over that. I joined the game halfway through second half because I was watching Pep's team. And I didn't see any stoppages, honestly. And I've always said referees must sit down and explain to us why they make certain decisions. So, and Eddie Howe actually was like post-interview. He doesn't understand where the referees got that time. Talk to me. What can be done? What is the issue here? Is this what football? Is this why football is nice, or is this a problem in football that referees make such decisions and costing the other team?
I feel as though, to be honest, it was a bad decision. And as you've said that at some point, referees, like you don't interview referees. You'll never see an interview whereby they speak, or maybe they say that, okay, I added 6 minutes, right? And after that, it was 7 to 8 minutes, and the whistle didn't blow and all that. So at some point, we cannot face it. We cannot tell the referees that, okay, or ask them or interview them. And at the end of the day, it's like VAR, it's like the decisions that they take if they say that it's a corner, while it's not a corner at all, you see. But then sometimes Liverpool is a big team. To be honest, I also joined the game with you at halfway second half, but I didn't really see maybe Newcastle. I saw that there was pressing in the game, right? And maybe the referees felt as though maybe they should be added time or all that. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure. But I feel as though at some point it makes football interesting, but then it makes football interesting for the big teams like Liverpool, because at the end of the day, they got the win. Though it was difficult, but then I remember very well, in that 7 minutes, Liverpool was the one attacking, and they didn't do anything. It makes football interesting, but then it's very unfair. And you may never know if there was a bribing and all that. You may never know such things because you cannot speak to the referee. And obviously, if you ask a person like Klopp, what's going on? How do you feel about this? They will never give you a straight answer. They will never tell you that, okay, this is what my thought on this, you see. So it makes football interesting, but then it's very unfair. It's not good for football. I don't know how it can be changed, because at the end of the day, you cannot speak to the referee. You cannot interview them actually, or they won't go out and say this happened, you see. So yeah, you may never know. That's the saddest part about football when it comes to referees or even VAR, the decisions that they take at some point, you see. So yeah.
Pretty, your thoughts? You've got
Yes.
1 minute and 30 seconds, then we just rejoin.
For me, Anika, I would say that it's being a human being as a referee. There are so many laws in the books of being a referee. You understand? So for that Liverpool case, it was almost it was additional time, for an example, and then on the top of they got a corner. The issue was, should they have the referee ensure the corner or not? You understand? So he's given a slight time, Boomer, 2 seconds to decide. You understand? So he shouldn't go through all of those laws in 2 seconds. So he gave the corner. It might be a mistake or not, and then they scored. That's the nature of football. That's why football, it's all about luck. That's what we say. It's luck. Fulham were unlucky for that day. If it was the other way around, Fulham were gonna celebrate. Liverpool was gonna be sad. You understand? But then that's why we love football, for those certain things. For me, it's nice. Let it, don't overdo it, but do it. You understand?
Yeah. All right, gentlemen,